Hey peeps, it's Dr. T and I'm live. Usually I go live Thursdays, but I saved it this week because today I have the pleasure of talking to another OBGYN, which I actually don't think I've ever done before. We have Dr. Kyrin Dunston, and she has something that you've seen me posting about on Instagram, the Stop the Menopause Madness seminar, or actually it's basically a summit. How many speakers do you have?
53 speakers, 34 doctors. Yeah.
Well, tell us what it's all about. Like, how did you come up with the idea, and what do we expect to learn?
So it's inspired by my journey, which really at 47, my health was in the toilet. I weighed 243 pounds. I had chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia. My hair was falling out. I had gut problems, anxiety, depression, and I really was tired all the time. And I felt and looked 20 years older than I was. And all the tools I had been given as an OBGYN couldn't figure out what was wrong or fix me. And I just became very disillusioned until I found root cause resolution medicine. And then when I did, I used this special test that I didn't know about to diagnose myself with low thyroid, because even though I had checked my thyroid at least 10 times and it was normal, quote unquote, when I did the right tests and read them the right way, I was low thyroid. And then I discovered salivary cortisol and hormone testing and did that. And I was a flatline cortisol, which is very unhealthy, and progesterone deficient. So my journey was then eventually joining a fellowship program in functional medicine, healing myself, losing 100 pounds over 2 years, getting off all prescription medications, and really looking and feeling better than I had in 20 years, probably. And then I started doing this work with women. So it was born a long time ago, but the immediate instigator was a birthday party I went to a few months ago, where a woman was turning 55, a friend of mine. So it was all middle-aged women at this party, and they were just lamenting how they're just overweight and tired, and they're losing their hair and sexless and over the hill, and they need to be medicated with wine and chocolate and sugar. And I just was looking at them and hearing the conversation thinking, this is insanity. First off, they know me. They could ask me, hey, Kyrin, how come you don't have all these things? What are we not doing right? But they don't. So the insanity of what they are accepting as quote unquote normal, because normal is not optimal. And then I came home and I called a friend of mine, Robin Nielsen, who's also a women's health expert, and she's in the summit. Mm-hmm. And I was just lamenting to her, it's so crazy. This is insanity. And she was saying, right, have you seen Menopause, the musical? I said, no. She said, oh my gosh, that's really bad. She said, they give you a fan when you walk in, all these middle-aged women fanning themselves. And then every scene is another comedy making fun of a symptom that we have, and same sentiment that I saw at the birthday party. She said, everyone was laughing and tears were just rolling down my face. And she said, it's insanity. I said, it is insanity. It's madness. We got to stop this madness. So that's when it was born. Stop the menopause madness. So it's just
so is this the first time you've done the summit?
Yes, this is the first time year? For the 2020 Stop the Menopause Madness Summit. And I really I want women everywhere to have access to the information and tools, knowledge, and support that I had to get me back to my optimum health. I mean, I'm in my 50s and I feel better than I have in decades. And that's really, I think, every woman's birthright. But she doesn't have the tools. And if she goes to her regular doctor, she's not going to get the information that she needs. So I wanted to get this out to as many women as possible.
Well, we'll post the link so they can sign up, but let's say they go and sign up. What can these women look forward to getting?
Yeah. So first off, it's free. And next, what are you going to get? Oh my gosh, you're going to get basically the Menopause and Midlife manual, the how-to guide to make this the best time of your life. So there are, like I said, 53 speakers. They're teaching you what you need to know to do to lose weight, regain energy, balance your hormones and your mood, feel sexy, confident, and look great, and master this time of life. Starting with hormones on day one, we've got all the hormones covered, including you, Dr. Shawn. I love how you talk about the archetypes of the hormones and the estrogen queen. And that was just so amazing. I think it really makes it so relatable for people that they really get it's just like they know their friends. Betsy's the one who's always late to the party, right? So they know their hormones like that. So we've got Dr. Lindsay Berkson talking about why you shouldn't be afraid of estrogen and really need to make estrogen your friend. And you might not be aware of some of the consequences that you're going to have down the road, 10, 20, 30 years down the road, if you don't address these imbalances with your hormones, because most doctors don't sit down and tell you that. We're not taught to do that. So she covers that. And Dr. Tabitha Barber talks about too much estrogen. A lot of us have too much because fat tissue makes estrogen. So you got to know about that. And then we've got progesterone covered by Dr. Deb Matthew, and talking about why it's the hormone of anti-anxiety, anti-depression, weight loss, sleep well, feel good, happy. And Dr. Carol Laurie talks about testosterone and gives a masterclass that really, if your own doctor doesn't know how to prescribe it and you need it, or doesn't even know how to diagnose if you need it, you could take the transcript from this talk to your doctor and they would have a how-to guide. Carol teaches doctors how to do this, and so does Dr. Tara Scott, and she does the same for bioidentical estrogen and progesterone. So really teaches you in basic English, not medical ease, what you need to know, but detailed enough that you can take action on it. And we've got Marcel Pick talking about your cortisol. Is it menopause or my cortisol? You know, we blame everything at midlife on perimenopause and menopause, but a lot of times it's because you have insulin problems or thyroid problems or cortisol problems, which pretty much everyone has, right, Shawn?
Yeah, especially now. I mean, so it sounds like you've got a ton of stuff. What are the dates, and then how they be able to the information? Like, how is it being presented?
Right. So it starts on Monday, November 2nd, and it runs through Friday, November 6th. And it's free. I think we said that. And it will, each day you'll get a link to a page that has all the videos on it. So you can watch it on there.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So it's not like some summits where you have to actually tune in live. Like, this is consumable at their pace. They could even listen to it in their car and whatnot.
Yeah, they can listen to it in a car. Each day is up for 24 hours, and then that comes down, and the next day comes up. It's just like a conference you would attend in person. You kind of got to go to those sessions and then go to the next sessions. But if you're worried that you can't make all the lectures or all the ones that you want, you can find the agenda page when you sign up. It has the list of whose talk will be released on which day. There is, for a nominal fee, an option to buy an all access pass that gives you unlimited access, as well as a private podcast feed and a transcript. So if you're concerned and you see the content and you think, oh, I want to consume this, but I want to have it for longer and be able to watch it at my leisure, that is available for a nominal fee. But the summit starts Monday, so excited about it.
So we'll put up the link to Stop the Menopause Madness if you are mad, or I call it jokingly choke a bitch syndrome, where you want to choke people out. And I also put the proviso in there that sometimes people need to be choked out, and it's okay. But if they don't deserve it and you feel on edge, insomnia, mood swings, irritability, hot flashes, weight gain, the whole 9 yards, headaches, heavy bleeding, abnormal periods, sounds to me like this is kind of a one-stop shop from all that to decrease libido and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because we have people also covering Susan Bratton, healthy sexuality, and why one of the reasons you don't want to
It's probably worth the money just to listen to Susan.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a master class. She's like, yeah, it's hormone imbalance, but a big reason is you've had unsatisfying sex for so long, you don't even want to be bothered.
Susan pulls off the scab of sexual relationships.
Yes, she does. So she breaks that down, and we're covering Dr. Kim Millman, natural reversal of osteoporosis. So if you have bone loss, you do not want to miss this. Leah London, Dr. Romy Mushtak talking about your brain health, Romy, and then Leah with the neurotransmitters and your moods and how these change and how you can rebalance those. We've got Dr. Steve Massley talking about heart health, the #1 killer of women over 50 that's silent sometimes until you have a massive heart attack. So you want to hear Steve talk about that. We've got dietary advice because like Dr. Deb said the other day to me, and I just laughed. I thought this was great. She said, people have nutritional whiplash. They don't know what's the right diet because everyone's saying theirs is the right diet.
All right.
So we've got Mindy Pels helping you decipher and discern what is right for you at this time of life. Cynthia Thurlow really breaks down intermittent fasting, which is really popular right now. Is it right for you? Is it wrong for you? And could you cause it harm? Are you doing it properly? Are you not doing it properly? Right. So she breaks that down. And JJ Virgin goes into food sensitivity. So if you've removed gluten from your diet for a month, I hear people say this all the time. I stopped it for a month because everyone said it's inflammatory. I didn't notice any difference. You still might have a gluten sensitivity that you failed to diagnose, and JJ teaches you why in the summit.
Right.
And then Deborah Atkinson, exercise physiologist, and she teaches you about why what you're doing at Midlife for exercise might be wrong. She taught me that what I was doing was wrong. I was doing way too much. And so she's going to give you a reality check on that. We have mental health, Dr. Tracy T. Thomas talking about emotional strength training and stopping the reactivity that keeps you going in the same loops of situations with people. And then Cherie Clark, midlife courage coach, who helps you navigate those forks in the roads that often come to us at midlife, where maybe we're ending a marriage that we didn't think would end, or we're in a job that has then ended, or maybe we want to end the job we're in, but we're scared to go to something new. So these are all forks in the road that we need help in navigating. So we've got that covered because that's a part of your health too. What you're doing in your life, how you're expressing yourself, your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs. And so we really need to know how to navigate that in order to get our physical health in line.
Well, for anybody that's watching, because of my technical difficulties, I couldn't get this on Facebook Live, so it looks live. But what we're going to do is we're going to tag Kyrin into the post, so that if you have questions, she'll see them pop up. I'll try to answer them. She can answer them. But basically this weekend, you need to get over to the link we're putting up here to sign up. And I would say, it sounds to me like that's going to be so much information to digest, all of those 55 talks, and they're all probably between 30 and 45 minutes, that probably would be a good idea to just, pay for all of them. And then you have the transcripts, and you can listen to them to your car probably at any time you want, which is, I drive a couple hours every week to Houston. So I'd actually like to listen to a lot of these, because a lot of those people are my friends too, but I don't really get to hear them speak about stuff like that. So it sounds awesome.
Yeah, it even turned out better than I intended, with much more information, and just the speakers really brought so much wisdom. And we live in the age of information. You can do a Google search and have 1.5 million resources at your fingertips, but the issue is we don't have wisdom. And so these are the wisdom bringers like you in the summit, Shawn, and all the speakers who have been there, done that. A lot of people have had their own health challenges that they overcame. Holly Bertone, who speaks on the scientific basis of gratitude, she went through menopause at 36. She's been in it for over 10 years. So she's like a lot of the summit speakers, has been through this, had to navigate to find the wisdom. And so these are the bringers of the wisdom. They've got book knowledge, but they also know what you're not going to learn from a book, that you're only going to learn by getting this education to deal with the roots to optimize your health.
Well, everybody, we've been talking about menopause. And a lot of this stuff also will work for perimenopause, which is a lot more women. So let's sign up this weekend and stop the menopause madness. We've got the link to sign up for free for the entire week, 55 speakers. Thanks, Kyrin, for coming on, and we'll get some people over there.
Thanks, Shawn. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you at the summit.
Take care.